buy these and not fuss with these. What?
How much are they?
Several years ago, a number of years ago, it was 45 American dollars for the super magnet rings. That's 2 pairs of rings.
Yeah.
And then the ceramic magnets are not as powerful, but they still work. You want the more powerful ones, though, if you can afford it. They were about $25. The price has gone
Sky high.
down.
Oh.
Isn't that amazing? This brother is something else. She shows you how to make. The price has gone down to 39 American dollars. And if you buy more than one, he reduces it further to like 37, you know? So anyway, they're going to order these rings and you'll be able to have them. I don't know what the money translates to in English pounds.
What, 20 pounds?
Yeah, so the ceramic rings are 25 and the super magnet rings are 39. You're going to wrap plastic loosely around the finger and tape it. Then you're going to add the magnets at the top and directly at the bottom in the proper orientation.
Yeah.
Break in 5 minutes, okay. So what you do is decide how you want that to be. Is this clear to everybody what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay, it's easy. You take your magnet, the plus side, and you just put it on there. Actually, it won't be on your finger when you do this. You get some tape. This is sticking all messed up here. You're just going to take tape and you're going to vertically here's your ring, here's your magnet, get it on there like that, plus side up. You got your tape. In fact, I'm going to do something. I'm going to put the tape on the magnet so it can hold it. Put it on there, go underneath, and just wrap it around. That's all you're doing. You're just wrapping this around onto your plastic ring. And once you get it all the way around, use up the tape, and it looks something like this. I'm going to draw it. This is your plastic ring. This is your magnet, and the tape is over it. So it kind of looks like that, like a little box on top. Now, this is extremely important. You have to mark a plus. Put a plus on there for north. That's right. Now, you're going to take another piece of tape. Longer than this. And you're going to go horizontally, like this. Does that make sense? See? It's horizontal now. Going around. And to hold it in position. Is that clear, everyone? And you do the same thing directly underneath. Plus, plus. But this plus is going directly under. Does that make sense to everyone, what I'm doing here? This is 2 magnets. Let me show you this. I'm going to draw it high so the people in the back can see. You have 2 magnets and they are stuck together. This is the North Pole. If I were to pull this one away, it's still north on top. Is that clear? And your finger is going to go between these. So, here's the magnet. It's underneath. Yes, you get it?
So it's underneath the circle.
Yeah, that's right. It's like these are two magnets stuck together. If I could pull them apart and stick my finger between them, and then use the tape and the plastic to hold them in position. That's all I'm doing. Yes, so I can't pull. Let me see. I'm trying to pull this apart.
I've done it.
Magic.
I use my technique. Plus, these magnets are smaller than the ones that he uses in his ring. So, it's extremely important to make sure you know which way the north is facing. And you can make them both exactly the same. You make them both the same. Because all you're going to do is turn one upside down on the other hand. You're in business. Okay, so now we need to put a horizontal band on this. Where's my the ring that I was passing around? Has everyone seen it?
Come back.
Has everyone seen it? Who hasn't seen it? Please give it to the person who hasn't seen it. What?
They are very simple to make.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just showing you a way to do it. You can do it another way.
What about these people who use like these magnets that they sell for commercially?
Magnets.
Stronger than
Like this.
Those are good. Those are good, but they're not going to reverse the aging process. They'll make you feel good. They'll energize you. You will feel the difference. They might slow down the aging process, but these things literally reverse the aging process. No claim of eternal life is put on the magnetic bracelets and the various, like the magnetic mattresses and other devices. All those things are very beneficial. But only these things, only when you orient the magnets this way and wear them a certain way, do they reverse the aging process. Someone had a question over here.
Two questions.
Yes.
Could it be possible if one just took, if you just put the magnets there, stick them there, and put the tape around it, or
Yeah, you can do that.
yeah?
You can do that.
Increases circulation.
Oh, you know what?
Reduce it.
You're right. He made an excellent point. It will slow the circulation.
Okay.
Plus, you know, when you have these things on, you want to be able to take them off easily. Now, yeah, it's going to be a mess when you take them off.
Or if somebody like knows a jeweler, for example, could
In
would it be
case
possible to get one designed like?
Okay, Alex says use plastic.
Oh,
You
okay.
buy his rings, it's plastic. He shows you also how to make the foot braces. Okay, for about what? $4 in American money, $4 each foot, $8. The foot braces are more expensive. They're like $70 or $80 for a pair. When you use metal, especially magnetic metal, some of the energy, a lot of the energy goes into the ring, you know, the metal. You want that to go into you. It will interfere with the circulation process. So, but if you can get the rings made out of wood or a material that does not conduct,
Okay.
that will work.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm thinking about doing that, carving me some.
carve, okay.
Yeah. So the reason I left the strip on, let me turn this back. We actually just have basically 3 steps. Mark the magnets north, and keep them separate. Wrap plastic strip loosely around the finger and tape it. And then add the magnets, top and bottom, directly opposite in the proper orientation. Number 4 is optional. Add optional vertical strip. You will notice that Alex Chu's ring, there's an ingenious vertical strip there, so that when you wear it, it stays in its proper orientation while you're sleeping. So if you want to, you can take like a little stick, like a piece of a popsicle stick, and put it on there. Yeah, so that when you put it on, theoretically it won't turn. That's why I left this on, because maybe you might come up with a way to use that. Add another strip to the bottom. So that's basically how to make the rings. Let me look at my notes.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Is it just the little finger you put the rings on?
Only on the little fingers, no other fingers. Now, with the foot braces, what?
You don't wear anything else with them. When you have the magnetic rings on, you only wear those.
You know what? That's a good question. I would call Alex up or write him, email him and ask. I don't think it matters, because he didn't say to take off your other rings. It's up to you.
Go for a break.
Any more questions
Yeah, sorry.
before we break? Yes.
The reason for the little fingers, I think you were saying is the meridian, is it?
Yeah.
What you mean, meridian points?
Well, he, on his website, alexchew.com, the last thing is spelled C-H-I-U. He gives the explanation for why it has to be the little fingers and not the thumbs, and why on your toes it's all the toes. People ask, well, why all the toes and not all the fingers? He answers those questions on his website. When you go to his website, you're going to find some other treats there that are just as amazing as these rings. On his website, he says he's a mad scientist. And I called him up and I said, Alex, you are not mad. Crazy, yes, but you're not mad. And the original meaning of crazy is inspired. So Alex, thank you for being crazy. Thank you for being inspired. And he just cracked up. He laughed. But yes, Alex is inspired, and I support what he does. I support these rings. I think that this is one of the tools that Creator, Uma Tiao, Great Mama, Great Father, is providing for us at this time, and used Alex as a channel. In the Right Use of Will books, which I discussed last night, and I talked about the imbalance between our will aspect and spirit. Will is magnetic, mama essence. Spirit is electric, father essence. The imbalance is what causes us to age and to eventually die. Because of these rings, we can now enjoy the effects of a perfectly balanced will and spirit aspect, even though we don't have that yet, and we have a little ways to go before we arrive, before we can get that. In other words, we can enjoy the effects of perfect balance without having achieved perfect balance ourselves. And that's a divine gift. Yes, sir.
The process of checking whether it is...
The process of checking...
The process of checking whether the magnets are south or north.
Yes.
How do you do that using the compass?
Okay, that's a good question. Did everybody hear his question?
Yes.
No.
There's an indication on the magnet in the magnet that there's an indentation on each magnet.
Yeah.
There might be one representing north.
Okay, this is a compass. And as you know, the magnetic needle will point to north. So now you have one of these magnets, and you don't know which is the north pole or the south pole. So you put the magnet up here, okay? if this needle points here, this is the south pole on this magnet. Does that make sense? Is that clear to everybody? Because
Opposites attract.
when people saw this on his website, they said, oh, you got that wrong, you got that wrong. And then he made a comment. He said, no, it is not wrong, it is right. He said, the north, the needle on the magnet pointing to north is, how to say this? Man, it's so simple, it's hard. What we call the North Pole, ladies and gentlemen, is the South Pole.
Same with chemists.
And what we call the South Pole is the North Pole. It's flipped. Who done that? Who did that? Who did that? You know who did that? Lower, Upper Egypt. Upper Egypt is south.
That's right.
Okay? The Albions, the white people, they reversed everything. They flipped the map. So the north is really the south. The North Pole is the South Pole. South, the word south comes from the same root as the word Sat, Satan. See, in the ancient Camite theology, Set, Sut, the devil, whatever, was at the South Pole. He's still at the South Pole, which has been renamed the North Pole. He's at the South Pole as Santa Claus. So anyway, that's how you tell. You just take the magnet, put it near the compass, and that needle is going to flip. And if it says north, that's in the south, then it's pointing to the South Pole of that magnet. This means that the top of this is going to be plus and the bottom is going to be south.
Right?
Is it clear?
Also,
I'll explain that again. Okay.
there's an indentation of the magnet. There's a darkening.
Yes.
So that might be the indication where north and south is. I think the little dot is
You mean on these?
on this magnet.
Oh yeah, it says plus. You feel it. Uh-huh. The plus is raised, and that's north.
No, I'm talking about the ones you buy in the stores.
Oh really?
There's an indentation.
Those ones, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Shall we officially break?
Go ahead.
We can do a break now, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come back in what, 10 minutes?
10 minutes, get some food, DVDs, books.
Where? I don't see an invitation. When you're ready to order, wait. The Tahuti Society, Tahuti Finance is going to order these rings and make them available here in London. Tahuti, let me write their number up here. Go ahead and write it on your flyer, please. And that number Tahuti Finance. Zero 7 8 6 8 7 5 9 0 1 2 is the phone number. So I don't know how long it will be, but it should be soon, and you'll be able to order the rings already made. I passed one around so people can see what they look like. In the meantime, these tools, okay, with this, you can make the ring. Then you are going to have to buy the magnets. Unfortunately, we were not able to find all the magnets. We just have a few. So we won't be able to physically make these today like I had planned. I recommend you use masking tape. Excuse me, not masking tape. No. Erase tape. Duct tape, because it's kind of cloth based and it's much stronger than the other tapes. So you have to hunt around and look for the magnets. They look all over London, and this is pathetic. This is all we were able to find. And let's see now, what else? So we got that. Tomorrow there's going to be a play shop. Is that still on, Marie? Are we still having the play shop on the?
Yes.
We're going to have this tomorrow
Yeah.
in the evening. After that, it's
Yeah,
5
here tomorrow evening.
here.
Yeah. Not in this room, in the big hall under there.
Okay,
In
we
this building.
kind of needs to be outside. It's going to be outside.
Or,
Yeah, ventilation. Okay. Tomorrow we'll make these, and something else. Got that. I want to just address a few more things about immortality or just staying young. Wrote it down. It's in here somewhere. Well, while I'm looking for it, I'll just tell you about it. There's something called royal jelly. If you are not allergic to bee products, then you can ingest royal jelly. It's very expensive. It comes from the bees. You can ingest royal jelly. Here it is. The queen bee only consumes royal jelly. Only food she eats. And she lives much longer than the worker bees. And she's one of the most fertile creatures on the planet. So royal jelly keeps both women and men very fertile. And it tends to keep you younger as well. Okay, it won't reverse aging, but it will definitely help keep you. If you know nothing about the immortality rings and you take royal jelly, it will lengthen your lifespan like it does for the queen bee and keep you fertile and help keep you young. So that's royal jelly, very expensive. If you can afford to, you just take generous amounts of it, especially if you are an older person. If you're young, you don't need it. If you're young and you take it, it just prolongs that. But like I said before, you have the rings, so you don't necessarily need this if you're wearing the rings, but I'm just letting you know that these are things that people have used in the past to extend their lifespan and to stay young looking. Right Use of Will. Right Use of Will is the name of a book. I highly urge all people, especially melanated people, to get this book and study it. Oh my goodness.
She's got it.
What?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Mine for 2 years now.
This is, I love the way
This
that
is
is
the book, Right Use of Will. The book, Right, R-I-G-H-T, Use, U-S-E, of, O-F, Will, W-I-L-L.com.
Watkins. You can get it in
You can get the
Watkins,
book.
peoples. Watkins down Leicester Square.
ISBN number.
Cecil Road.
You're going to look in your
That's the
pictures.
road.
I did good to read out that phone number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rodian also.
This book is very
D
special.
Rowan. Sorry.
It will show you how to heal your will. The emotional body.
Good
It's
book.
denied
Very
the
good book.
feminine magnetic principle within you. It's denied in all human beings on earth. And before we can reach true eternal life, this is something we need to work with. In fact, if you heal your will, you don't need the immortality rings or any of these things, because when your will is healed, it becomes aligned with your spirit, and you live forever anyway. the person who, the book, the information in this book is channeled from Creator, mostly from God, some of it from Great Mama. There are there are 8 books in the series. If you only get this, you've done good. This is really all you need. Everything about right use of will is right in here. In a nutshell, right use of will. You do what you want to do. You only do what you want to do. You do not do what you do not want to do. And when you do your thing, you cross nobody else's will, nor do you allow others to cross your will. And periodically, you must go somewhere where nobody can see you or hear you, and then you just use your voice and you express yourself. You just let it all come out. You can scream at the top of your lungs. You can shout, you can cry, you can laugh, but you gotta let, in fact, we're gonna do that. Should we all scream? Let's do it. When you do this, you're having a release. And if you keep it up, not necessarily screaming, but just letting the sounds come out. When you keep this up, you bring in vibration to parts of you that have not vibrated since the beginning of time. We were actually there right at the beginning. And it's frozen like that. And when you use your voice, you're vibrating it out, you're making it shake. And when it shakes, Creator's light can now come in and make it move. And see, this is how we're able to live. The reason why we die is because we have this frozen stuff in us that needs to be vibrated. And so by using our voice, we add the vibration, which then draws Creator's light. When you have these emotional release sessions, it's important that you ask Creator for help. To be right there. Great Mama, Great Father, they will be right there with you because they want us to heal, especially black people, because black people basically they are the capstone of will polarity for planet Earth. And if these books are correct for the entire universe, in other words, the healing of black people on Earth will actually cause the healing of the whole planet and the universe. The reason is because this planet is very special. Like no other planet in the universe, Earth expresses Great Mama, Great Black Mama of creation. One day I noticed that the word earth and the word heart. Let's see if I can find some bare paper there. The word earth and heart. Look at this. E-A-R-T-H.
What?
Exact same letters. Earth is a physical manifestation of the heart chakra of creation. And it is heart that is needing to be healed. The heart essence is actually the Christ essence. Right now in this room, there are people who are fragments of Christ, fragments of God, fragments of Great Mama, fragments of the Father of manifestation. When we deny ourselves, see, everybody on earth is guilty of self-denial, denial of the will. The will is the feminine, magnetic aspect.